welcome back to my channel, you guys. I was in here just a talking and come to find out my camera was not even running. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so I'm loving Terry McMillan's, I guess it's series of movies that she teamed up with Lifetime. My last video was Forever. Terry McMillan presents Forever, and this one is Terry McMillan presents Tempted by Love, starring Garcelle Buvez. And if you don't know who she is, I don't know why you're on this channel, okay? Because we talk about all kind of classic black shows, films. Garcelle Buvez played Fancy on the Jamie Foxx show. She also was in Coming to America briefly as one of the flower girls that, tossed roses on the floor for Princess Akeem. So we got some heavy hitters in this. We got Garcelle Buvez. We got Loretta Devine, and I love me some Loretta Devine. We got Lela Rochon. Okay, and Lela Rochon and Loretta Devine played in Waiting to Exhale together. So it was good. It was cute to see them back together again. And so Garcelle plays this world-renowned chef. She's very passionate, very serious about her craft. We can see in the beginning of the film, she's in the kitchen. She's watching over the younger chefs, making sure they got everything good together. You can tell this is her passion. This is her drive. And she was rubbing her hands, and I figured we were going to find out later on in the movie what that was about. And she has rheumatoid arthritis, and I have arthritis in my left knee, and it can be a pain sometimes, but I don't have rheumatoid. Rheumatoid is actually worse. I grew up hearing rheumatoid arthritis because my grandmother has it. She's been having it since I was a little kid, and she had a cane even at like 50 something years old. So that's definitely, and when you're a chef, you're going to use your hands. So she's dealing with that and everything. So she meets this younger guy. He's like, I don't want to call him an Uber driver, but he was driving her around. She doesn't drive, never learned how to drive. So she meets him, and come to find out, I think her aunt knows him as well because her aunt was in the hospital. Now, the lady that plays her aunt, I don't know her name, but she is familiar. I've seen her in plenty of stuff. You know how a lot of times you'll see an actor or actress and you don't know their name, but it's like, man, they played in such and such, they this, that, and the third. And her aunt's so lovely. I love her character in this movie, And so, Garcelle's a woman of a particular age. She's like in her 50s, and the driver is early 30s. So we're talking about a big jump. But I will say this, 31, because I think you said 31, she's 50. 31 and 50 to me is better than like 20 and 40. You get what I'm saying? Like, at least at 31, you have been grown for a while. You have experienced some things. You're not fresh out of high school or a year or two out of high school trying to date someone that's been out of high school 2 decades. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think there's no issue in that, 31, 50. So, while watching this movie, it felt like, and I know it's going to probably sound corny because she's a chef, but it felt like soul food. It was a very comforting movie. Lifetime is really good at when they have like a romance movie. It's very like cozy, kind of like when you're reading a cozy mystery novel. That's how I felt watching this movie. I felt very comfortable. Like I could light a candle and eat some, Pepperidge Farm cookies and watch this movie and be fine. So, of course, she has some reservations about dating him. And, of course, he's like, man, let's do this. Like, I don't care about the age. He could tell he was feeling her from the jump. And, because it's like when you're that much older than somebody, people are going to tell that y'all have an age gap. And it's like, you don't want to be out with somebody and get called their mom. And so this was one scene though where his ex, they were out walking and the ex was jogging and she was just being way too, she was doing too much. She was like, "Oh, is this the older lady?" And oh, she's cute. Like, I feel like he should have shut that down a little bit more than he did. He really didn't shut it down much. And Garcelle's character was, of course, classy. Like, one thing she gonna do is always play a classy role. I have not seen Garcelle Buvez play a role where she was not dignified and classy as hell. Just like somebody else like that. What's that lady that played in Brewster's Place? I hate when I get on here and forget people's name. Lynn Whitfield. She might play a low down bitch, but she never plays unsophisticated, honey. Um, so the only thing is with that scene, that was like the end of it. Because she was like, "I need to see you. I need to talk to you later or something," but we never saw her again in the movie, and I just felt like, I don't know if that was just kind of thrown in there to just add some drama for the movie, because we never saw her again. It was like, well, hell, we could have just did without that scene. Um, so she was going to be going to Paris for a job, and she turned it down because she didn't want to leave him. But she didn't tell him that, so he got accepted for the Cordon Bleu in Paris. And he's like, "Oh, this is great. We'll be in Paris together, blah, blah, blah." And then she's like, "Well, I'm not going because, hell, I was going to stay here with you." So I'm like, oh gosh, here we go with the dreaded long distance thing that may or may not work. So he does end up going to Cordon Bleu, and they were at the airport, and before he got on a plane, she broke it off with him, which I think that was a good idea, because it's like, why try to sit here and be in a relationship? You're in a whole nother country. You're gonna be tempted by other women. It's natural, it's gonna happen. So it's like, yeah, set them free. If you love somebody and you know it's best to let them go, because I feel like it would be selfish for her to try to not force, but try to continue a relationship with him while he's in a whole nother country. He's in school. Like I said, he's going to be around other women. He probably will be around younger women. So it's like, she broke it off. And I like that ending because it ended realistically. It wasn't the, "Oh, I'll see you in Paris. I'll write you every week. We'll FaceTime every night and I'll come visit." And then the credits come on. It's like, no, look, I've got to let you go because you need to live your life. And that's why when it comes to relationships that are big in age, the older person oftentimes knows, not all the time, because just because you're older doesn't mean you're necessarily mature or wiser, but in most cases, you understand that you would be holding that person back by trying to keep that going. Like, I'm 38. That's like me talking to somebody 20, and he goes to, let's say he leaves Tennessee where we're at and goes to college, and I'm over here trying to still be, no, let that go. You see what I'm saying? Now, when I was online searching for, like, I was looking up the cast, I found out that there's a part 2 called Tempted to Love with the number 2, and Boris Cujo's in it. I cannot find that anywhere because this one was on Tubi. The second one is not on Tubi, so I'm going to jump on, see if I can get on lifetime.com and watch it on there, because I really want to review that as well, because I'm assuming Boris Cujo is going to be dating Garcelle, and maybe the younger man's going to, like, come back to visit or get kicked out of school or something. So I definitely want to see that one, all right? But let me know what you think about this movie, man. Shout out to my subbies. Shout out to the rest of you that are not subscribed, but you can by hitting that button for me. I very much appreciate it. Peace and blessings to every last one of you watching. Until next time.